Assalamualaikum and hello YouTube, my name is Nur Muhammad from AnyWatch and I'm back with another watch comparison video, right? So this time around the subject for today's head-to-head or comparison video review is my DW5600, the most basic G-Shock square that you can have on the market, and my latest acquisition to my Casio watch G-Shock collection is this GW5600 DC-1C or 1D, can't remember, and my all-time favorite, the GWM5610 BC, right? So this is on the combi bracelet, right? So the question that I want to answer today is, which is the best or the best bang for your buck? Bang for your buck or the best value for money? Yeah, something. you get the gist, right? So okay, before we do that, let's do a quick wristwatch check. Today I'm wearing my first ever Seiko. This is my Seiko Monster Dracula SRP 313K1. I've had this for about 6 years already, and it is going strong as usual of a Seiko. So it is, I paired it on this Vario single pass elastic strap, and yeah, I just love this combination, right? So let's get back to this particular watch, right? So I've got this the history. Let's just go through the history of why I purchased this particular pieces, right? So this, I think I've got this one first in somewhere in 2016 to replace my GWM5610 BC, right? Just, you know what, at that time I've watched videos from Random Rob YouTube channel, and he had this GWM5610 BC on this combi bracelet. So I thought that I really wanted to try this absolute you know what, is it really true what Random Rob say about this particular bracelet? And I have to agree with him. This is the most comfortable bracelet that I've ever used on any watch, not only my mechanical and digital watches. This is the bracelet that I just love. I've never took it off from this watch, and I would never ever do that because it's the perfect combination, right? So but then the question today is, which is the best bang, the best value for money, right? So let's just quickly compare these things, and I'll give you my opinion. And of course, if you guys want to chime in about your opinion, please do tell me in the comment section below, right? So first up is this $50 DW5600. This is the, what do you call it, the go-to watch for every watch enthusiast. Even if you like only mechanical watches, this is the watch to have if you don't want to bash about your watch, right? Bash about your expensive watch. This is the most affordable at $50, 200 meters. You've got the time, you've got the alarm, you've got the light functionality. What else do you want? It's just the perfect watch, but it doesn't have the solar charging capability. So that is why I think I've had this for about maybe 5 years, and I have to change. I think I changed battery on the 4th year of ownership even. But you know what, that is because I didn't really use it. I use it 2 or 3 times a month, and I barely even use the lights. So yeah, you can get 4 years of battery out of it. But that is why I prefer these solar charging watches, because you don't really have to change the batteries, right? So there is, you know what, advantage number one if you go for these solar charging watches. So this one I've recently done a full review for this particular piece. It cost me about $85 US, which is very, very cheap for a a tough solar watch. And this one I've got it in Japan for I think I've got this one first, and then I've got this one because I don't really want to bash this watch. So this one cost me about $160 US at that point in time. And this, of course, it has everything, right? So it has multi-bind 6, it has solar charging. It doesn't have the Bluetooth functionality that this one has, but this thing has, like I mentioned just now, the perfect bracelet, the combi bracelet, which features a plastic and metal bits here, and it is very comfortable. I don't know, guys, it's just amazing how Casio can do this, right? So let's just do a quick weigh check, right? So how much this thing weigh and how is that contributes to the comfort level of this watch when it is on your wrist. So the basic one, it is about 54.5 grams, right? So this one with the solar charging is 53.5. Wow, just 1 gram lighter. But on the combi bracelet, of course, it's not going to be really that light, so it's gonna about 87.5. but still I use this watch for my jogging session, so it's not really that heavy. You can't really feel it on, of course you can feel it on the wrist, but it doesn't really weigh my wrist down, so it's still a good watch. So how about the dimensions then? Okay, so let's go with the with this DW5600. If you can see that this is already, I've swapped it out with this jelly type of bezel, because the original bezel has decided to let go. not let go, it just broke, right? So after 5 years of ownership, or maybe 6, I can't remember, 2016, guys, yeah, that is 5 years back, right? So it just decided to broke, right? To just, you know what, luckily this strap is still okay. Okay, so 43.1 in diameter, 12.9 in thickness, and lug to lug is about 49, right? So again, I think it should have a similar dimension, right, to this one. Yep, 43.9, 12.5, a bit thinner, and a lug to lug off, I think it should be the same because they are basically the same case. Yeah, 49, right? But this thing, I believe, is a bit bigger, right? So let's just go through. Yep, 44.3, just now is 43. The thickness is about the same, about 12.7, less than 13 millimeters, and the lug to lug is must be a bit, I think it's going to be a bit big. Yeah, oh, it's a bit smaller, okay, that's nice, you know, it's a bit smaller, right? So not that big, so it is a G-Shock. Although it is a G-Shock, it's not that big, it is still pretty much usable on any wrist, right? I think. And but still, if you are a woman or have a smaller wrist than mine, then the smaller wrist than 6.6 inches, it's gonna be feeling a bit bigger, right? So what else is the difference, right? Of course, this one features a positive display. It is much more easier to see, and this two is featuring a negative display, and it's a bit difficult to see, but I've got used to it, so yeah, I don't really mind it. And I'm not going to be talking about the functionality, guys, because I've done a full review of these watches. You can find links to the my full review of these pieces in, maybe I will put it in the description below. But legibility wise, of course, this one is going to win, right? So very nice. Okay, so the dial, let's talk a bit about the dial. This one, the most simple design is basically the one on the middle. I just love the simplicity of the dial. Of course, it has that camouflage pattern, but that's not really that intrusive in my opinion. And this one is the a bit you know what, a bit of information here and there, light button, blah blah blah. But the GWM56BC, oh my god, why the heck do we have to put everything on the dial, man? I don't know. I just, you know what, these days I just prefer simple things. I don't really want to have a cluttered dial like this GWM5610BC. Okay, so what else? The strap. Okay, so I'm just gonna be leaving this one behind because that is unique, right? So the strap, you can see here that this strap is a bit different in terms of design first, and you can't really see it, but I can just tell you that this is much more softer. This is a bit hard, and it's a bit it doesn't really feel good on the wrist, but because the design of this strap, right, so this actually sits a lot more closer to my wrist. So let me show you that. Okay, so I'm just gonna be putting it like so, and you can see that there's not a big gap on this on this part, but on the GWB5600, Oh my god. Right, so you can see there is a huge gap here, yeah, and that kinds of bugged me a bit. Right, so yeah, anyway, so these things are lightweight. Oh, okay, so you can see that the strap is a bit wider on the GW5600, and on the DW6900 is a lot thinner, and at the back they are almost the same with these ridges here, and here also it has almost the same pattern. But I don't know, guys, I feel that this one would hold a bit longer compared to this on the DW6900. Right, so on this one, however, yes, absolutely, I just love this. Although it is a stamp clasp, it doesn't really look too, you know, too, it doesn't really look that expensive, but on the wrist, this thing, oh my god, I just love how this thing feels on my wrist. So tons of adjustability. We have that 3 micro adjust here, but these links, you can just take it out and put it back, put it in, put it back, depending on your wrist size, right? So yeah, you can see quite a lot of gunk stuck here because I've used this for about 6 months, and I didn't really wash it on under yeah, I've washed it using a soap, but I think it's gonna be needing a cleaning using an ultrasonic washer or something like that. Yeah, but we will get to that. Okay, so the case back, right? So this case back features a much more, I don't know, 3D looking, and this, you can see that this screw is sunken under the case back, so that is very good because this screw won't pinch my arm hairs, right? You can see that I have quite a lot of arm hairs, but on this this is the basic model. On the intermediate solar model, this screw protrudes out, and that thing always catches my arm hair. And yeah, this one, I don't know how many times that this thing has pulled off a few of my arm hairs. Right, so what else to talk about? The bezel, yes, all of them are resin, so yeah, they will deteriorate in due course. Maybe in another few years this one will deteriorate, this one maybe in another 5 or 6 years, and then yeah, this one I think I've already changed it out to an aftermarket version. All right, so what else to talk about? Yeah, the functionality. Just talk about the functionality. I just love this too, right? So when you okay, so this is very important. So you can see here on the GW5600, the buttons are a bit protruding compared to the basic one, right? So you can see that it is a bit sunken on this function, on this mode button. So you can see that if I want to push it using my thumb, it won't work, but I have to use my fingernails to push that button, right? So it even get worse on this adjust button here. That thing is totally sunken under the bezel, right? So you would think that GWM5610 is a lot better, right? But no, you can see that this one is also sunken, and you have to push using your fingernails, right? It's like that. Okay, so that sucks. Anyway, so yeah, this is definitely an improvement over these two models, and I love it for that. Okay, so what else? Let's just check out the yeah, when you are using the timer. So this DW6900, when you are using your timer, you will know the time that is the current time. The same goes to this one when you are using the timer, right? So, or not timer, yeah, anyway, timer or even stopwatch, you can have your time on display. But on the GWM5600, you are not going to get there, right? So you see, stopwatch 0 hour, and even on timer, it is not. It is just showing how many times that is set. So you can't really see what time is it. So yeah, you know what? I don't know why Casio do this. This is for me the best options available. Right. So what else that I do want to point out? I think that is all. Yeah, on the lights button, I've no idea why this DW6900 have the light button on the bottom left, right? So you can see now. Yep, I'm just gonna hold it bottom left. Okay, so yeah, that is how the light is on. But on these two models, right? So the light button is on the bottom, no, on the top right. So this one, if we just cover it, okay, so that is the light button. Okay, so it features that fade in and fade out. And on the right, on the GWM5610, okay, it doesn't do that fade in and fade out, right? So that is a bit weird, because this is a bit weird, because I sometimes when I get used to using this one in the middle of the night, when I search for this light button, I mispress the button, right? So that is the difference, right? Okay, what else that I would like to talk about these three watches? I think that's all, guys. So if you guys would like to point out other differences that you can find on these three models, please do let me know in the comment section. Oh yeah, the Bluetooth functionality, very nice thing to have in this current day and age, where you can just set everything inside your phone's app. These two models doesn't have it, but it doesn't really mean that I don't really like them all. But yeah, still, that is why for me, if I am to crown the best bang for buck or best value for money that you can have right now, I would go for this GWB5600, because of that functionality, because it is a bit higher quality resin, a bit high, maybe same quality bezel, but the functionality of this thing is way much better. I've talked about the date, I've talked about the Bluetooth, talked about the tough solar. I don't really need the multi-band 6, because although this one has it, it won't work, because in Malaysia we don't really have those towers. Yeah, that is why for me this is a much better bang for your buck. Alright, so because I don't really have to change the batteries up to maybe 10 years, right? So this one also, yeah, I have to change it 4 or 5 years once, but still. But if you don't really have the cash, you know what, just go for this one. This one, yeah. But if you want to have something that is a bit more, it has a bit more upmarket feeling, a bit more expensive feeling, I think you can't go wrong with this one. But if you want a perfect comfort of the most comfortable bracelet that G-Shock or Casio ever made, there's nowhere to go. Just go for those model that has this combi bracelet. Damn, this is really nice. You know what, this model also they do have another model that is using a resin band. You know what, save up a little bit more and go for this one, right? So either way, guys, Casio G-Shock, you always get more for your money, and I just love this thing. That is why I have 3 G-Shock squares already now, and yeah, I think, yeah, in the future I would add more depending on the situation, right? So what do you guys think of this comparison video review? Please, if you like this video, please give me a thumbs up, and if you want to see more future video reviews such as this one, please go ahead and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, I'll see you soon. Stay safe. Bye bye.